Oh, we're live.
Hey everyone, we're live. Welcome, welcome in our TWTW Hangout. And what is this Hangout about? You know, we're Dirk and Muriël, and we're happy to host this one together with our soul sister business partner, Kim Justice. And we're really, really happy that you are here. And we have a lot of fun, as you can see. A lot of things are happening. What you doing, Kim?
I don't know. It's all good.
It's so cool. We're connected from the other part of the globe because we're situated right now in the Netherlands. And Kim, where are you right now?
I am in Elgin, Illinois. So I've been home for about a couple weeks now and heading back out on Thursday. So we're going to hit more of Europe. We've been traveling for the last 3 months, if you don't know me. But yeah, Muriël, excited to be home for a little bit and ready to get some more backpacking done.
Yeah, as you can see, the show just can go on with having an online business as we all have, because you probably have heard about Dirk and I and Kim and our awesome guest Brandon Mike, and if you haven't, let's start with sharing this with you, that we are here to inspire you. Most of all, to share with you amazing, inspirational stories on how all our lives have changed to the better, for the better. Because since we've started to work in this amazing online community, this community is making dreams come true. And it's just such an awesome journey. We can talk about it the whole night. But what we always do is we introduce guest speakers like Brandon and Mike today. And because they have such a powerful story to share, they are really rising up in this community, and it has changed their lives as well. And for us, it's a kind of weird story how we became how you say that, involved with this online business system, because we were not techie, we could not do anything online. Our journey started from a deep, dark black hole. And Dirk, can you please share with people?
Yeah, well, we have absolutely no background with online marketing or computers whatsoever. I'm by trade, I'm a restaurant owner, so that's always what I enjoyed. And actually my background for studies is social studies. So I was sort of a social worker that started his own restaurant, and did that for about 9 or 10 years, and I had 2 restaurants, and I just made a mistake with the 3rd restaurant, and well, we hit sort of a bankruptcy, and we're left with...
It was not very funny then.
No, it was not funny, but we can laugh about it now, because actually, if I'm really honest, it's the best thing that ever happened, because it forced us in a different direction.
Yeah, it did, because, you know, when you find out what can happen to you, how vulnerable you are when you are about to lose everything, and we have 2 kids as well, so hitting that bankruptcy was really like a point in our life that we decided just to find a solution for that crazy situation we're in. And because we always decided to be around our kids, because that is what parenthood is all about for us, to be there with your kids, to see them grow up, to be there with every milestone. And hitting that bankruptcy was not really the thing that we wanted for the rest of our lives. So we came across this solution just by scrolling, by surfing on the internet, and we hope this will be your moment, that your eyes will be opened, that you see what is possible, not only for us but for thousands of us. And in this exclusive interview we're about to have with Brandon and Mike, you know, it's always so powerful to hear other people's stories, because, you know, this is not about us, this is about you, what you can accomplish. And what can I say more? I really want to give it back to Kim, because we are co-hosting this TW Hangout every single Tuesday. Kim is traveling, and we can do this from everywhere because it's online, right? This business is online. And Kim, back to you.
No, thanks guys, and thanks for opening up the hangout. And like we mentioned, you know, we're here to inspire you guys because sometimes you're in a situation where you really want change, and for a lot of people it may have to, like for Muriel and Dirk, it took a bankruptcy and a very high crisis situation where it's like they had to get off the pot. They had to create a solution. For me, I was just in a situation where I wanted a different lifestyle. I had been working in the fitness industry, and for those that know the fitness industry, in order to actually make good money, you have to put in the time. You have to be at the beck and call of your clients. You have to work bizarre hours. You have to work a lot of hours. And that's the traditional way of doing things. But for me, I've always had this dream of traveling. And I've always wanted to have more freedom in my life in order to not only spend more time in my passions, but spend more time with my loved ones as well. So an online business just made sense because I could literally work off my phone or my laptop and be able to just pick up and go and make money as, you know, wherever I am, whether it's at home, like currently I'm sitting in my parents' house, I was just doing errands, and now I'm here working. So this doesn't really work for me. It's just hanging out, having and sharing stories with some, you know, really amazing people. And we're here to just inspire you that you can do the same thing, that we're normal people. We don't have degrees in computer science. I don't know, maybe you guys do, but I don't think you do. But, you know, I was just laughing with my team because most of my my team members, they're fitness professionals, and they felt that same pressure, that same time pressure. And so I really wanted to help fitness professionals find a different way to be able to travel, be with their families, and earn a great income online. And nothing's guaranteed. This is a real business, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Like, I just had to let go of the traditional way of doing things. It's so hard to walk away from that because it's security, right? You're in a great job. You know, I was getting great benefits. I was a fitness manager, and you know, it was a pretty nice job, and I had to just step away from that comfort in order to live a different way, because I knew I was meant for bigger things. I knew that I deserved a better lifestyle, and after a year, I'm exactly where I want to be. And where I am is traveling with my boyfriend, spending time with my family, and being able to literally work from my phone or laptop anywhere in the world and make a great income doing that. So just a disclaimer, any income, you know, sentences that we say, just know that nothing is guaranteed. We really worked hard for the results that we have. Bren and Mike are definitely the epitome of that. They work very hard, but they love what they do, and it's created the freedom that they now have. So I'm so excited to introduce them to you guys, and they've been on our Hangout before, but just in case you're a new viewer, you know, we're excited to share a little bit about their story and maybe ask them a couple different questions than we did last time to really peel away why they're so successful. You know, so thank you, Bren and Mike, for being here, and we're so excited to have you. And yes, if you could just go into detail about how your story started as an online entrepreneur.
Sure.
So you want me to start, or you want?
Well, I want to start out just by saying thank you to all of you for having us on. It's really fun to be able to spend some time with you and hang out with you and to hear your stories. And I just want to say that you guys have been an inspiration to us. You know, we follow your stories and follow you on Facebook, and Kim, we've been watching you as you're traveling around the world, and we're living vicariously through your travels. And, so I just think it's awesome. You guys are such an amazing example of, you know, just making a decision to take your life and not, you know, sleepwalk through it and not be numb and think, okay, I can maybe watch a movie or watch a documentary of these beautiful places, but to actually experience them myself, you know, isn't possible. And you're showing people that, yes, you can do it. Yes, it is possible. There is a way to do that. So I just really appreciate, you know, all of your example of you know, of how it can be done. And so with Mike and I, kind of a little bit like Dirk and Muriël's story, we had some experience with the business. Ours was real estate. Mike was in a real estate business and kind of showed me the ropes with real estate a few years ago. And so we had no online experience at all. I mean, we joke about it because we say we don't.
I had no idea what a blog was. When we started, I really literally had no idea what a blog was.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, like we have no computer science background. I think you knew a little bit about programming, but
yeah,
you know,
that's not the same thing as doing web design right there.
Yeah. So really, absolutely no experience. And what it was is, you know, this is just a testament to sharing your story. We had started following our sponsor years before he got involved with our business. So I knew about him. I knew about his family. He, you know, shared a lot about his personal life, how he hadn't ever spent a lot of time with his dad, and that they reunited after years. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I really developed like this emotional kind of attachment to his story and who he is, and so I've been following him for a long time. So, you know, when he started talking about, you know, this is how I'm able to do what I'm doing, and you know, talked about his online business, I'd already kind of, you know, established a trust factor with him. And so I don't know if you wanted to.
Well, what happened up to that point is that we've been doing real estate. We had bought a bunch of rental properties when the market dropped in 2007. But what was happening was that it wasn't growing fast enough. We realized most people, what happens when even professionals, when they retire, you're still living paycheck to paycheck because there's no separation. It's kind of funny that even professionals, when they retire, even with their retirement, they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Social Security doesn't help. Their retirement funds, unless they put even a ton away and they're living kind of like the meager lifestyle before retirement, they're not going to save up enough to really live comfortably. I know a lot of engineers, when they go into retirement, they work part-time so they can find to actually have a little bit of fun money when they're in retirement, and that's no way to retire. So we got these rental properties. We weren't growing fast enough. We weren't building it fast enough. So I figured, okay, let's do a housing flip.
Yeah.
Well, that flip really flopped and it really was bad. And so, but we had a vision, and it was right around that time that Brent heard something from our sponsor saying, well, let's give it a shot. And he said, yeah, you just have to get this blog. And I was like, what's a blog?
Yeah. And we talked about it. You know, we asked him questions. We had a few phone calls, and, you know, we were curious about, you know, what does this involve, and, you know, how do we do this, or is it something we can do? So, I mean, we were had no idea what we were doing. And he just said, you know, really just, you know, check it out and give it a try. And, you know, so then we did. And I think, you know, having the experience of having a business prior, you know, because it was making a little bit of an investment, and you know, and there was like a frame of time where we were putting content into our business, and I think for us that was, you know, kind of a plus, that, you know, we already had that kind of mindset that this is a small business. You know, you're building your legacy. Yeah. You really are. You know, this is something that we are, you know, a lot of our social network is around our business, and it really is a small business to us.
Yeah, and when we started, it was a leap of faith, and we still didn't know what it was. But we took that leap of faith, and we got the blog system, not knowing what a blog was until we bought it. And so it was really taking that chance, made that purchase, and then started following through with the plan and following the core commitments, following the steps, and following that process. And by following the core commitments over and over and over again on a daily basis, you're able to start building and building and building, and start getting that momentum, and you start learning more and more and more.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, it's been about 2.5 years now that we've...
2.5 years already?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, when you're having fun, right?
Exactly.
Business is fun.
So we work on it together, and I don't know if you guys, I think you guys can probably relate to that. It's like, you know, like you were saying, your evenings are, you're working on things together, and you're kind of, you know, playing off each other's strengths and weaknesses, and so it's really kind of brought a new dimension, you know, not only, you know, to our finances, but our personal life too, and our social life. And we love the events. Like, that was one of the big things too, is that our very first event that we went to, we were so excited because we actually got to meet this community of people, this room full of people who were excited about the same things we were, and the energy in the room, and just being able to meet people that you saw online, and, you know, actually hug people that you know, you had met through Hangouts. And so I think that part of it really has been great.
I think the events are key, because every time we hit an event, our business went to took the next step, because we learned things. But it wasn't just we learned a lot, but it's also the connections you make. It's kind of interesting. It's how the more people you meet, the more build a network of colleagues and masterminds you build up, the stronger you get, because you know you have people to rely on. You can have people actually help you to make sure you're making progress. Yeah. It just kind of, you start building that momentum over and over again. So that, again, it's no surprise why you're going to events is one of the core commitments, because it is really important in order to start building any kind of business, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I just want to say again, you know, about the writing aspect of, because we're big bloggers, we blog pretty much every day.
Yeah, funny for someone who didn't know what a blog was.
Yeah, and the blogging platform and the system that we're all in, you know, just really, you know, makes it plug and play. It makes it easy, but we also do some video and things like that. But I have a sister who wants to write a book, and so she's like the writer in the family. I mean, if I have two sisters, and if anybody said, okay, you're going to be the one that, you know, writes every day, they would laugh, because it's really not my thing to communicate in that way. But the really great thing is what you were talking about, Kim, is, you know, I always felt like I was a nurse, and I went back to school to become a massage therapist, and I worked in the spa industry, but I was always looking for this kind of lifestyle where I had complete freedom with my schedule, and I also could talk about the things I talked to my friends about, and the things I really loved, I was passionate about. And so I had written down a few years ago my perfect day. Like, you know, I wake up and I go to the gym and I work out, and then I come home and I work a couple hours, and, you know, I have lunch, I might take a little nap, and then wake up, you know, and work a couple hours, and complete freedom with my schedule, and being able to talk about the things I like to talk about. Like, I do a lot of law of attraction blogging and motivational blogging, and it's like if I were, you know, talking with a group of my friends, these are the kinds of things that we would talk about, and being able to have that part of yourself be a part of who you are. Like, it's totally integrated into your life. You know, every part of you that, you know, you feel like you want to express becomes integrated into your business, into, you know, the way you make a living. And like you were saying, you can do it from anywhere, and, you know, like, you know, you have the passion of traveling, and you're able to incorporate that into your lifestyle. So I just can't say enough how grateful I am to have found a vehicle to be able to actually have that kind of lifestyle. So it's possible. It's definitely possible.
You are covering so much. I was thinking, oh, I have to hold this one because my saying this, and then I have to help the viewers to listen to that again. What I really want people to understand, Mike, that's where your story started, where you both started talking about. You treat it like a business. It's a business for you, and that's what we all tell our team. You know, people were say, I'm interested in what you guys do, and I want my freedom as well. That is key, and I really love that you were telling our viewers this. You have to treat it like a business because it's not a get-rich quick thing in a night, in a week, in a month. You have to build your real estate online, right? You have to set up your stuff. It's like writing a book, but then online, and when it's done, you can, things start to roll. But so, because we've seen you doing so great, like the last time you were doing great, but now you're hitting leaderboards in our community. It's for us very inspiring to see where you came from and how you just are nailing it, not only for you but for your team as well. Because there was another thing that you were saying that I really want to give attention to, is that that you can learn others to create that freedom, and it's duplicatable. So this is not only you can do it, fine, nice for Brand and Mike. Perhaps people think, well, nice for that couple, they're doing great, but so yeah, others can learn it as well. So that's the great part that you were telling as well about it. So and then that's part of that you're blogging. For the people who don't know what you guys have been doing on the internet, Brand and Mike are dominating a lot of Google pages, #1, with their articles. And in those articles, you are sharing a lot of valuable information where people can learn from. That's what we call the circle of marketing, creating value to others. Being on page #1, that's very cool. And that's all thanks to this online business system where that blogging platform is included in. So I wanted to touch on that because it's such a big total, how do you say that? Plaatje? A total picture of all, you guys are hitting it with blogging. Others are, we all have our favorite ways of getting success in this industry. Yeah. You guys are a great example of the bloggers. So, yeah, I love to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, the thing is about blogging is that you have to have this leap of faith. Because you write one blog article, 2 blog articles, you're not gonna get leads. It is a leap of faith. And what we usually tell people is usually best to choose 2 methods if you can, one free method and one paid method. And blogging is a great method for building a long-term legacy. But if you want to have faster results, you start looking at the paid, and you do 2 in parallel. You do 2 or 3 methods. That way, if anything ever gets hit, like for instance, if we ever get a Google slap, we have other stuff we can fall back on. And so you got to realize that you build up 2 or 3 methods, get good at it, but blogging itself is basically our long-term strategy, because we know that once you create a blog post, you create another one, another one, you create a whole network of blog posts, they build on each other, and they're out there, they're evergreen. They're always going to be working for you. Like you're building up an army of articles that are out there, always work for you. No matter what happens, like the last month, we had a bunch of stuff that happened. We weren't able to do as much, but our business is still working, whether or not we were or not.
Yeah, and I like to tell people too, for those people that think, okay, I don't really know what I would blog about. I don't know if I have, enough information or content or interest to blog about. It's really, what do you love to do and what are you passionate about, and something that can bring value to people, but it's something that you love to talk about with other people. And for me, a huge part of it is mindset, and we are really big on reading or listening to audio at least 30 minutes a day, and our community definitely supports that, and we talk about that quite a bit, that mindset is huge. And so you know, for me, I'll read something from a motivational book or something related to mindset, or I'll listen to some of our audios within our company, and I'll take some time and just, you know, go to the gym, and some thought will just hit me, you know, that will feel like something that I can take that and write about it and share a piece of information. So it really is something that you would talk to your friends about, or something that you're interested in.
What I usually tell people is that what do you do when you're talking to your friends? What do you talk about your friends wish they could shut you up about? That's usually the best thing to blog about, because if you're that passionate about talking about it, you should be blogging about it. Like, for instance, there's people that, it's like a perfect example. I go to the gym, they're going to be talking about football, they're talking about sports, to the point where they're basically so passionate about it, the friends can't get them to shut up. Well, if you're that person, well, that's a perfect thing to blog about, right? So it's whatever you love talking about, what you're passionate about, what you're learning, you're always constantly learning because you want to be the best at what you're talking about as possible. Really, it may seem intimidating getting started blogging or creating content, but once you get started and keep the ball rolling and start writing more and more and more, you're going to find you're not going to have enough time to create all the content you're thinking about creating.
Yeah, it develops this momentum, and you know, especially if you do a challenge of like maybe 20 days of, you know, writing something every day for 20 days. And one of the big things that helped me was I would limit myself to like 30 to 45 minutes. And it was amazing what I could get done in that time when I thought, and I was looking and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to devote 30 to 45 minutes to this part of the business right now. And that's all the time I'm going to take. And it was shocking how much I could get done, and I could actually finish an entire blog in 30 minutes and, you know, and just be done with it. So it's just like with anything, and I love that you stressed the point about the small business, Muriël, because Mike was a lot better because he had this, you know, the real estate business, you know, prior to us doing the online business. And so, you know, knowing that you're putting out the content and you're putting out information and, you know, you're building it, and the leap of faith and trusting and all of that, he was probably the one that he's like, okay, no, you know, this is great. This is exactly where we want to be. This is exactly where it's going, and just to have that vision. So I think, you know, when you look back over your life and you see how all the pieces have fallen into place, and even the flip that we went through, you know, it was a catalyst for us, because I think if it would have went really well, you know, if the flip, we probably would have done more of it, and I'm not so sure that we would have actually found what we're supposed to be doing.
We would have missed that window. We
would have, like, because this was like been such a perfect fit for us, working together and having the freedom that we always wanted. The flip would not have allowed us. We would have been in a certain location all the time. And my son is just finishing grad school, and he's, you know, going to be getting married, starting a family in a couple years, and my big dream and my big why is that we want to be able to move wherever he is when, you know, I start having grandchildren, and so, you know, just the thought of that just is like, it just really is my why. It's like having the freedom. If he gets a job in California, we're in Ohio now, we can just pick up and move, and we are not locked into a physical location or a physical job. And before the Hangout, we were talking, and my dad passed away a couple weeks ago, and I was just saying how grateful I am. That's one of the other things that this opportunity has given us, is that my sister called, and she said, you know, he'd been sick for a while, but she said, you know, he had an episode and he's not doing well. And I mean, we literally in 2 hours packed a couple of suitcases and threw him in the car and drove from Ohio up to Wisconsin. And we were able to do that. We were able to stay as long as we wanted to. We were able to support my family and my sisters, and I was actually there when he passed away. And, you know, my other two sisters were struggling with their jobs, like, okay, I can do it, but just give me a couple days, and I've got to arrange everything. And, I mean, literally, we were working in the car on the way up there. So, you know, there's just so many reasons why we're just so grateful to have this opportunity.
No, I mean, that's such an amazing story. I'm glad that you shared that. Thank you. I mean, that takes a lot of courage to be able to share that with a lot of people. And it gets emotional when you're able to find a vehicle that it's like an aha moment. You have this breakthrough that this can be something that it's not just about the money, but what that vehicle does for you for how you want to live. And when things do happen, either in your family or, you know, God forbid, one of us or one of you guys, like, you know, you're able to do whatever you need to do and have no pressure doing it. You don't have a boss yelling at you saying you need to get back to work or you're going to be fired, I don't care. You know, that's one of my mentors. That's why she got into the business, because she went into work one day after being in the car for an hour. She walked into the meeting room, and her fellow coworker scrambled in after the meeting started, and her boss looked at that woman and said, "Why are you late?" And the woman was like in tears because she had just dropped off her baby, her newborn baby, at daycare, and it was her first day doing it. And just thinking about it, it's like, oh gosh. And, you know, and the boss didn't care. She said, if you're late one more time, you're going to lose your job and you're not going to be able to feed your baby. And she just went off on this lady. And so my mentor made a decision right there to say, I'm not going to raise my kid like that. And she didn't have children at the time, but she made a decision to actually leave her six-figure job and to never put her kids into daycare. And to this day, it's been, I think, 12 years now since she's made that decision, and she has an 8-year-old daughter, and they've been traveling the world for the last 7 years, and that's my mentor. And we have so many stories like that in our community, and you know, Bren, thank you for sharing that, because by you having the courage to tell people those emotional pieces of your life and how your business has been able to create that freedom for you to be able to be there for your family, it's allowing other people to make those decisions to actually, okay, I'm going to do this. I mean, what do I have to lose? I'm going to, you know, invest in myself in order to create this freedom lifestyle. And that's what we're here to do, is to help you, to help inspire that shift in mindset. And maybe today's you're not ready, but we're always here for you. You know, Dirk, Muriel, Bren, Mike, and I, we're always here for you at the TWTW Hangouts to be able to help you in that process. So thank you, Bren, so much for sharing that. I'm sure people are wondering, well, how do you make money in blogging? And, you know, what is online real estate? And all these things. So, you know, in our community, we're in affiliate marketing. So what we're passionate about is blogging about our passions. So like Mike was telling you, is whatever you can't shut up about, whatever you just want to talk about all the time, you can turn that into a blog post and into a website that continues, you know, you keep bringing content to it, and then you can bridge that over into selling a certain product. So for instance, I'm from the fitness industry, so I have a passion for talking about maybe, let's say, nutrition advice. So I'm talking about the 40 best high protein foods, I'm talking about anti-aging, I'm talking about weight loss, and then I can bridge that into a product, whether it's a fitness product or nutrition product, or even a training series that I come up with. I shoot a couple videos on YouTube and tell people exactly step 1 through step 5 how to lose 10 pounds in 20 days or something like that. You know, you can have those ideas of what you're really passionate about and have it into a reality, have it into a business. That's what I love about our community, is we turn ideas into paychecks, right? We do. I just came up with that. That was pretty clever. But seriously, like, I love how you guys talk about, you know, Bren, you're talking about law of attraction. Mindset is key for any change in anyone's life. And law of attraction, you you are putting something out there into the universe and you're attracting exactly what you want. And that is so, so true in so many areas in your life, as if you keep on putting out what you want, ask and you shall receive, right? And that's it helps.
The trick there is you ask what you want, but you also have to take the action steps.
Yeah,
if you just sit on the couch, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Right. Right. But if you actually, most people don't know what they want, so if they sit down and actually, you know, like how you talked about, you wrote down your perfect day, right? You could have just left it at that, but by actually sitting down and writing your perfect day, you start to get that motivation, you start to get that drive to figure out, how can I make this a reality? So that's where that, you know, speak the world into existence, that law of attraction comes in, is when you actually make a point of writing down your goals, writing down what kind of creates that emotional oomph to go, a good kick in the ass, then it's actually going to put you into the actions that you need to do to get to where you are or want to be. And Think and Grow Rich, that's a great book. It's not really a law of attraction book, but it's a great mindset book. That's my Bible, basically. I don't know, what law of attraction books do you guys really like and recommend?
I started out with Abraham Hicks, and she has, I think the first one is Ask and It Is Given, and she's written several, and there's even like some children's books, which I think is so great that it's even getting to the point where they're teaching kids from a young age what's possible, and, you know, to be aware of your thoughts and the power of, you know, lining up energetically with what you want. And another one would be Mike Dooley. He has some really great information. I can't think of the title of his book right now, but he also will send you a message every day. If you go to tut.com, TUT.com, he'll actually send you a message from the universe every day.
Cool. Yeah.
Really, really cool. So I've been getting messages from tut.com for a long time, so probably Abraham Hicks and Mike Dooley, and I really love some of the old classics. I love Think and Grow Rich, and I also love Wallace D. Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich. I think it's so cool that back in the 30s and 40s that these great men were writing about these concepts, and I think that's why they're calling it The Secret, is because it was around way before any of us were born, and they knew of, like, they interviewed Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford and some of these industrial giants who were able to do these incredible things, and they found that they were just like you and me, basically, but they learned that this idea that what you believe and conceive, you can achieve.
And what you speak, what you think can be achieved.
Yeah, and just how powerful it is. So those are just a few off the top of my head. But I mean, I have a bookshelf, and I'll just pull them out, and it's like I can't wait to read a passage. And
you know this one? I'm just listening. We have this audiobook, The Magic of Thinking Big.
Oh, nice.
That is so awesome. Yeah, this is part of what we all do, right? We read books as well. This is not only visualizing on what we want and reading about it. We read about it. But we also, what you were saying, Mike, it's not only visualize it and thinking and wishing it. It's that vehicle that creates that, that.
It's about taking action and wanting that change. I mean, I think a lot of people dream of success and really desire that success, but it's about making that change. I mean, it's for, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, your results will be the same as well. So it's about change.
Yeah. I just had a very nice chat with someone, and she almost apologized to me for having those amazingly big dreams. So I said to her, please keep on dreaming big, because that will be the drive for getting there. The only thing you have to understand is that you have to use that vehicle to get there. But if you don't dare to dream big,
it should scare you.
Yeah, it is. You know, do you recognize that from, you know? Well, we were raised.
I love you, Muriel. I love you.
We were raised once. We didn't came from Mars or something. No, but no, like you have to be happy with what you have, and not only we are still happy with what we have, but also like, yeah, this is what it is. You go to school and get a job, start a nice family, and when you can go on holidays, you must be happy with it. And that's of course totally fine. We really do respect people who are thinking and living like that. But we learned that by reading those books you were telling me about, like Think and Grow Rich and The Magic of Thinking Big, and you know, all the bookshelves we all have in our houses, that all the big guys like Henry Ford and Mahatma Gandhi, they did those big things because they had big dreams and they believed in it and they took action on it their way. And we're taking action on it on our way with this amazing vehicle. That's that button below this page. That's the vehicle. And it's not about talking about that button, but it's, you know, we invited you guys because you were doing so amazingly well. I have to touch on that you guys had created a couple of awesome trainings in our company trainings.
Yeah.
Well, hear something about that, because wow, I listened to them, and
well, my favorite one is the Inner Circle, and for those of you who don't know about the Inner Circle, it's just these awesome audios and talking about mindset. You know, a lot of them, some of them, you know, are about some of the kind of related to the technical side a little bit, but many of them are related to mindset, and it's called the Inner Circle. And I was thrilled to be able to have the opportunity to, you know, share some information and audio and actually put it in the Inner Circle. And then Mike is like the
I was actually confirming with Trav, because we had, for some reason, it's supposed to be published about a month ago, but I guess he had some trouble uploading it. But it's supposed to be, we're actually going to have all on-page SEO. We actually have a module in the all-in library. It's going to be uploaded probably in the next couple of days if he gets it fixed. I know they've been really busy with everything going on right now with the merger and everything, but he said he's going to get to it hopefully in the next few days here to get that fixed. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Inner Circle is about taking daily action and the importance of daily action steps, and just about, you know, the people that have succeeded in life and in business and in sports and you know, just successful people that, you know, they have a certain way of doing things and certain habits that they've developed, and just the importance of what your daily habits are. And it's like what you were saying, Dirk, you know, if you are wanting to jump off from where you are and go to the next level or change a part of your life, then it's about changing those daily small action steps that you take every single day. It's not about overnight, you know, things are going to change, or it's going to be this huge thing that's going to happen. It's usually I change my daily action steps over a period of time, and over time, you know, you start to, and that's part of law of attraction, is you change on the inside and you start changing energetically, and then, you know, you're taking the action steps that are leading you to meet the people and be in the right place at the right time, and it's almost like science thing then. It's not like this woo-hoo out there thing. Is that, you know, you're combining what you're doing with your daily action steps with changing your internal energy, and the universe actually just comes rolling at your feet and wants to, you know, help you make things happen. So you really literally are a co-creator, like Abraham Hicks says. You're a co-creator with the universe. And your friend Muriel, I just have to say, who's thinking and dreaming big, you would not have these dreams in your mind and in your heart if you did not have the potential to make them happen. And they're there for a reason, and it's because on some level they've already happened. And so hang on to your big dreams and, you know, honor those big dreams, because they're there for a reason. And if it wasn't capable of happening, then you wouldn't have the dreams. So
Exactly.
no matter how
Well,
big
that's so
they
kind
are.
of you to say. I'm going to be sure that she will watch this one because she's yeah, she deserves it. Really, we all people deserve this. But yeah, great message. Thank you, Bran. Thank you so much.
That's a really good point because yeah, if you're dreaming it, that means somewhere inside you have the potential to do it.
Yes, it's there for a reason.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's so true.
Oh yeah.
No, it's so true. It's so true. And I actually just, I do a lot of Instagram, and I just saw a mindset post that if you have a dream that keeps reoccurring, that is your destiny. And it's so true.
Amazing. I love that one. Say it again. Say it again.
That if you have a dream that's reoccurring, that's your destiny. And it's so true that if you're able to just think of an idea or a vision of either it could be a small goal or it could be something that scares the shit out of you. But just the fact that you're thinking it means that it's pretty important to you. And it's just a matter of finding the how. And I love how Bren mentioned the writing down your perfect day. Because by writing down your perfect day, for you at home, this is a great exercise to do. And I can even, in the comment section below, post a link to a workbook that I often give to people that are just wanting to start off in this industry. So you basically write down how you would wake up, how you would spend your morning, what are your favorite things that you would do during that day, who are you talking to, what are your thoughts, what are your feelings, and basically writing down every single detail, almost like you can step into that person of that perfect day. And when you're able to put that perfect day on paper, you have your blueprint of where you want to go. It's just a matter of how to get there, and the how is, okay, what is going to allow me to do this? What's going to allow me to do that? And then you find people, for instance, like Dirk, Muriël, Bren, Mike, and I, who maybe you can relate to and are living the way you want to live. And then you reach out to us, and you do what we do. Basically, we're here, we're sharing our stories, we're sharing how we've been able to create our ideal lifestyle. For me, it's been traveling and location independence, and we're here to share how we've got here, and how we've gotten here is through great mindset. We believe that we can accomplish anything that we desire. Number two is our hard work ethic. We are consistent on a daily basis. We are totally active in our businesses. We treat it like a business. And we're willing to be the goofy ones to stay up till 3 in the morning doing creative projects that are going to launch our business to another level. Also, we have a platform that allows us to have an easier way to have an online business. They have set up all the techie stuff that us non-techie people, they've taken care of all of it. And all we have to do is be creative and share it with as many people as possible. And that's the great thing. It's beautiful, amazing, valuable products, and amazing system and platform, and an unstoppable community of people that are here to support you and here to uplift you anytime that you need. So that's all within our community by going through the link below, and you can of course reach out to us. We're very reachable. We're not these billionaire corporate heads that don't care about the starter, the newbie. So we really care about you. But yeah, thanks for sharing that, you guys, and sharing those really great nuggets on how you've been able to design your dream lifestyle and what it's done for you, what an online business and blogging has done for you, not only for, like you said, financially, but also personally, bringing you guys closer together and really being able to grow as a couple. So I always love that because Chris just started a couple months ago, and he's loving it. So it's so much fun to be able to bounce ideas off of one another, and of course, it's like that separation, you know, where you need, and Dirk and Muriël know this, like, okay, we need to be boyfriend, girlfriend right now, or we need to be husband, wife right now, and then, okay, we'll be business partners in, like, you know, a little bit later this afternoon. You know,
Tapping into your own strengths and qualities. It was a great search, and I'm pretty sure you all have that. You all have found that, or still, you know, changing. Sometimes you have to try out things, and that's what also cool about this. You can do this on solo if you are alone, or as a couple, or as there are families working with this, you know, in this community. And it's so usable for actually anyone if you are willing to work for it, invest, you know, in your system, and have great work ethics, and have the mindset, read daily, just go for it. Yeah. I wanted to mention one thing that I find really nice to say, that we all met together on events. And that is one of the cool things, because we're counting down the days to Orlando, the end of October, and I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be there. And that's where actually Bren and Mike, we've met because we were in the same workshop with Neil Patel, and Kim. We've met because we were roomies on an event, staffed on a room, and we never stopped connecting, and now we're actually business partners and working together very intensively. Pretty cool. So there's
so intense
power.
So intense.
I'm really proud of that, guys. Just to be able to know you, to meet you again, and for everyone, you know, those events are for everyone. Yeah, just sniff the atmosphere and see that your dreams, that we all believe in each other's dreams. There's nothing more beautiful than when you're surrounded by people who are saying, that's a pretty cool dream, that's really realizable, you can accomplish that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, and I think
your mind shifts.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Muriël. I was just going to say, you know, I'm thinking about the events, and the thing that really touches me about it is that you can, you know, no matter who you are, like from whatever walks of life, or, you know, all around the country, you know, whatever gender, if you're a couple, if you're single, or, you know, any age range, you know, you look around the room, and it's just really such a beautiful thing. And I think it starts from the top down with, you know, the founder, and, you know, it's like you really are accepted exactly who you are, as you are. And I was thinking of that today because I was driving around running some errands, and I saw a couple of guys walking with suits and like white button down and ties, and it was hot. It's in Cincinnati, it's like 85 degrees or 90 degrees, and you know, they're walking down the sidewalk, and it's just like, and for those people that you know, like to work in a cubicle, or, you know, or they like that kind of business kind of, you know, I think, but for people that don't know that there's another way of life, that you know, you can be comfortable. I just looked at them while they were walking. I'm just thinking, oh, that looks so uncomfortable to me, to have that tie and the shirt and the collar and the long sleeves and the, you know, and they were probably just on their lunch, and they probably had just a certain amount of time for their lunch, and I was just looking at them thinking, oh, I feel like I just want to let people know. It's like it gave me even more incentive to keep doing what we're doing, so that you can tell people, if you want another way, there is another way that you can live. You know, you don't have to, like you were saying, Muriël, do it the way that your parents did it, or your grandparents did it, or how you kind of got conditioned. That's the only way that you can live your life. And if you want to, that's fine, but if you don't, you know, there is another way of living, and there is a vehicle, you know, to make that happen. And they accept you no matter who you are, how you dress, what age you are, what gender you are. I mean, it's such a beautiful thing, and it's so evident at the events.
And it's so easy, really. You don't have to, and I know myself, you don't overanalyze it really, because you're never going to know it all. Okay, it really what it takes is just trying it out, giving it a good shot. Okay, remember, it's not get rich overnight kind of thing. There's nothing like that at all. People who get rich overnight actually have a lot of legwork behind it, so you don't see that background. So go ahead, click the link below, and definitely, this is life-changing, okay? You need to do this. If this is something that's kind of been resonating with you, with resonating any people you've been hearing talking today, you really need to take that step, because don't overanalyze things, otherwise you can be paralysis by analysis, right? And it happens to the best of people. Don't be stuck by paralysis by analysis, okay? If you feel that urge, if you feel like something's resonating, you have that dream,
just
now's the time.
Go for it.
Awesome, guys. Well, I think we're gonna end on that. That was a great, you know, just incentive for you guys to join our community, and you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. And I posted this question today: is what if you did nothing? You know, imagine your life if you did nothing at all, and then imagine your life if you actually started today. So it's two big questions to answer, but the one that probably scares you the most is if you didn't do anything at all. And that's what scared me when I first started, is that if I do nothing at all, I don't know what kind of life I would have, and I don't think I would like it. So great experience with you guys today. I'm so excited to see you in Orlando. Do you guys have anything?
I'm gonna hug.
Yeah. Do you have anything big going on? Any meetings or any masterminding, or what do you guys got going on in Orlando?
You have a mastermind, right?
Well, we have one. I think it's the weekend before, actually, in Sedona. So we're actually going to be doing a separate. So, and then we're going to be heading over. So we're going to be back and forth.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Next.
Yeah.
Orlando's going to be huge. It's going to be so epic. Oh my gosh, it's going to be the best one yet. So I'm so excited to see you guys in a couple of months here. I'll probably be 10 pounds heavier because I'll be in Italy for the I'm in Italy the next 3 weeks, so I'll be having a belly full of wine and cheese and pizza.
By Italian guy, so you need to run. You need to run, baby.
I can do a favor. Go to Naples and have some pizza, because I missed it last time. This will be the best pizza is in Naples, so try that.
We will be there on Friday, so we're super stoked for it. So, but yeah, I'll give you a big jolly hug. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Again, you guys, just get started. Go for it. And we're here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern with our guest speakers, and Dirk and Muriël, my co-hostesses, is hers. And we will thank you so much, Bren and Mike. You guys are awesome, and can't wait to see you in Orlando. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday, 4 p.m. I'll be in Italy. They'll be in the Netherlands.
See you in Italy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.